Hi, this is a follow-up concerning this vintage Rohde & Schwarz VOR ILS test instrument. So this instrument permits to test this kind of instrument, which is a VOR ILS indicator. There are three different functions on this instrument. The first one is a VOR function, and the second one is the ILS function, which is separated in two different functions, the localizer and the glide slope. So let's start with the VOR function. So it is the case currently. So what is the VOR mode? So I printed this figure from the website here, flightmechanic.com. So this represents the VOR station. We have discussed a little bit about the VOR station in one of my previous videos. There are actually 48 antennas here. Each antenna emits a particular signal. Actually, what we want to transmit to the aircraft here is the angle of the radial from the magnetic north. For example, this aircraft is on the radial 315 here. That means an angle of 315 degrees from the magnetic north. So in order to transmit this angle, the best solution is to transmit two signals. One is a reference signal, which is the same for all antennas here, and the second signal is a variable phase signal. Then the aircraft will demodulate these two signals. The phase difference between these two signals will represent the radial here, for example 315 degrees. The frequency of these signals is 30 Hz. Obviously the frequency is the same for both signals in order to extract a phase. The best is to see the signals generated by this instrument. So on the rear of the instrument we have these two 30 Hz signals. One in yellow is a reference phase signal, and the second one in blue is a variable phase signal. So the variable phase signal can be adjusted using this selector and the variable also potentiometer here. So for example with 0, you can see that we have something which is very close to 0. Okay, so I can adjust the phase here. So this is the internal signals of this instrument. So in order to separate these two signals, the separation is performed in the frequency domain. The bottom signal represents the composite signal. So the composite signal is a signal which will be fed to the AM modulator of the carrier frequency. So the main signal is comprised of two signals. So the first one, it is obvious, it is a variable phase signal. You can see if I change the variable phase signal in blue, you can see that the other one follows this phase. And the second one is not visible on the oscilloscope. It is the modulation frequency of the carrier. You can see there is a high frequency signal. If I increase the time base, we can see this signal here. So this signal is exactly at 9.96 kHz, and it is frequency modulated by the reference signal. After frequency demodulation of this signal, we should retrieve the yellow signal, which is here in yellow. The demodulation is performed in the instrument itself. This is a spectrum regarding the antenna. So on the antenna you have the carrier frequency. On this instrument the input is a composite signal, not the antenna itself. I have also other instruments which permits to connect directly the antenna. So inside such instruments there is a tuner which permits the demodulation of the composite signal itself. The composite signal is the same except that the center frequency is 0, not the carrier frequency. From 0 to 30 Hz we have the variable phase signal. So there is another signal here at 1.02 kHz. This is the Morse code in order to identify the VOR station. And there is another signal here at 9.96 kHz, which is the subcarrier, because the main carrier is this one. The subcarrier is frequency modulated by the reference signal. After demodulation, we have this signal. So this one is easy. We just need to have a bandpass filter around 30 Hz in order to extract this variable phase signal. And for this one, we need a high pass filter in order to get only this part of the spectrum, and then this signal is fed to a demodulator, which is centered to 9.96 kHz, and at the output of the demodulator, we have another filter, which is centered to 30 Hz to extract the reference phase signal. Regarding the instrument itself, so this is the block schematic of another instrument. We will describe another day. So this is the radar 240. This is a composite signal. This is this signal here. Okay, so there is a 30 Hz low pass filter which permits the extraction of the variable signal. So after this filter here, we should retrieve the variable signal, which is the signal in blue here. And then we have the high pass filter we have discussed just a few minutes ago. Then we have a frequency modulation detector centered to 9.96 kHz in order to extract the modulation signal, which is inside this signal here. And then we have another 30 Hz filter. And then we have the OBS resolver, which is this knob here. So this resolver permits to add a phase to the reference signal when the phase setting of this resolver is identical to the difference between the variable phase signal and the reference phase signal. Then we will have this output, the same signal here and here at 30 Hz. So then these two signals are fed to a phase detector, which permits to give a DC signal which is proportional to the difference of the phase. For example, if I adjust the phase here also to 30 degrees, the needle will be centered. Usually, the pilot enters with the OBS the radial of the landing runway. In that case, if we suppose that the landing runway is this radial, 135, so the pilot will enter 135 here. This is here, if I read correctly. And then the needle will be centered when the aircraft will cross this radial here, that is to say, when the phase, which can be simulated by this instrument, is 135. Okay. Because the needle is centered also if we are on the radial 315, so this makes the difference between the to and the from. If the aircraft is on this position, 315, we can enter 315 here. So the needle is also centered, but we are from the VOR station. On the VOR, we have also another mode, which is the arc mode here. Just need to pull. So in this case, this indicator works like a magnetic compass. So if I change the angle here, it is equivalent to a change of the radial of the aircraft. So there is a problem with this indicator, there is a mechanical problem. We will see after. Okay. Okay, but if I change the radial, you can see that the radial indicated here is identical to the radial set by this instrument. Okay, for example, I will adjust 300. The last thing is a localizer. The composite signal is the sum of two signals, one sine signal at 90 Hz and the second one at 150 Hz. If these two signals are equal, the aircraft is on the center line. It is the case currently, as you can see on the oscilloscope, you have the sum of these two signals. If the 90 Hz is greater, that means that the aircraft is on the left of the center line. It is possible to remove the 150 Hz by pressing this button here. So you can see on the oscilloscope we have only the 90 Hz signal. The frequency is actually 90.01 Hz. It is very accurate actually. It is also possible to remove the 90 Hz signal. In this case we have only a signal at 150 Hz, and that means that the aircraft is on the right of the center line. This is indicated by the needle on the left here. When the amplitude are equal, then the needle is centered. With this knob it is possible to modify the level of the 90 Hz signal or the 100 Hz signal depending on the position of the selector. So currently the selector is on the 90 Hz position. It is possible to reduce to 0 the 90 Hz signal. In this case we have only the 150 Hz signal. You can see on the oscilloscope, and the needle is on the left. This indicates that the aircraft is on the right of the center line. Thanks for watching, see you next time, bye.